gradual release of responsibility, also known as the GRR model, is broadly recognized as a successful approach for moving classroom instruction from teacher-centered whole group delivery to a more student-centered, collaborative, and independent practice environment. The GRR model incorporates four components: the focused lesson, which is whole class instruction, guided instruction, collaborative learning, and independent learning. Taken as a whole, the triangles represent the relationship and two-way interaction between the teacher and student. The GRR model can be implemented during one class period or over the course of several days, depending on the learning target. At the beginning of a lesson, or when new material is being introduced, the teacher has a prominent role in the delivery of the content. This is the I do phase. But as students acquire the new information and skills, the responsibility of learning shifts from teacher-directed instruction to student processing activities. The first phase in a gradual release of responsibility model is the focus lesson. This phase can also be called modeling, direct instruction, explicit instruction, or teacher-instructed mini-lessons. This is a powerful but brief segment of instructional time when the teacher demonstrates, models, and shares what he or she is thinking. The teacher verbalizes their internal thought processes to explain and explicitly show the focus of the lesson, skills, or concepts. This is not the time, however, to simply give directives, but to show students how to complete their tasks and why. Focus lessons provide an opportunity for students to hear the teacher rather than answer questions. During this phase, students are expected to actively listen, take notes, and ask clarifying questions.
Substitution, there we go. Substitution method. So take that 57 that you think it is, put it in where the variable is, and see if it works. If we take 57 and we divide it by 3, does it work? How many times can 3 go into 5? 1. Subtract. How many times can 3 go into 27? 9. We're right. Bunch of geniuses. Bam. Bam. Bam.
The goal of guided instruction is to steer students toward using different skills, strategies, and procedures independently. Oftentimes, when students are struggling with a concept in the classroom, they may not need more teacher modeling, but rather guidance and support to meet high expectations.
I mean, is it a function? What is the definition of a function?
X values don't repeat.
So does any of the X values repeat? What is repeating?
The fours.
So is it a function?
Yeah. No. No.
Let's start over.
Okay, man.
What is the definition of a function?
X values don't repeat.
Are any of the X values repeating?
Four.
The fours are repeating. So is it a function? Okay, so that means you should be sitting down. Very good.
There are times when guided instruction can be done in a whole group setting, but most often the teacher facilitates small, need-based groups which are fluid throughout the school year. Guided instruction also gives the teacher the opportunity to differentiate instruction. Each group may be working on different skills or on the same skill but at a different level. Guided instruction is not only for struggling students, but also allows the teacher to provide enrichment opportunities for strong students. During guided instruction, other students may be engaged in collaborative or independent learning activities. Collaborative learning is the third component of the gradual release of responsibility model. At this point, students work in small heterogeneous groups on activities that allow them to deepen their understanding through application of the concept being learned. This stage of the model is the beginning of the transfer of responsibility from the teacher to the student. The collaborative learning component requires that each student is accountable for his or her participation and to be responsible for contributing their share of the work. This can be done with clear and measurable goals and assessments. Most importantly, collaborative learning requires students to act as members of a team. Learned skill sets include leadership, active listening, decision making, taking turns, and trust. These skills must be explicitly taught as an integral part of the collaborative learning process.
Is that it or not?
No, I had not a function.
You got 4 wrong.
So there's 2 wrong, and I just picked one of them. It's right.
Yeah, this is not a function.
So where's the other 2? Where's the other 2? Yeah.
Okay, so that wasn't the one I was talking about.
This one.
Y'all haven't raised.
Independent learning, the final phase of the gradual release of responsibility model, provides students with the opportunity to utilize what they have learned in a new situation. This goes beyond mere worksheets, but incorporates tasks that are of a higher depth of knowledge. While students are working on independent tasks, the teacher's role is to circulate the room while listening and making observations.